Hey, Russell Hotel's going live just for a couple of minutes. You guys know how I do it or how we do it. Today is Monday, so that can only mean one thing. Miss Tiffany English is here. I mean, we've been having a moment already, long before we even got on this live here, because she didn't bring the energy this morning. I need the energy. You know what I mean? Like I'm ready to do this. Let's push this button and let's do this live right now. But anyway, hey, this is this is a this is a daily check-in with Russell of Hotels and Miss Tiffany English. Mondays are devoted to her. So we want to welcome Miss Tiffany. Is this the first one of the year, right? Today
First
is
one of the
January.
year. First one of
Yeah,
the year.
today is Monday, January 5th, and this is the first time that Miss Tiffany has
It is
embraced this
first
with her presence. It's
first
the
Monday.
first
Yep.
Monday.
It's like we in there. It's 2026. We ready.
Okay, we
Um,
ready. We
First of all, I want to
ready.
clarify. You were having a moment with yourself because I don't know what the problem was, but you know what? We can leave that backstage. We're here now.
No, you need to bring the energy. And then I find
Oh
out she
gosh.
goes right before right before we're about to go live. Do I have time to get some coffee? And I said, "Oh, that's what it is." Then okay, she's one of those people. I
Yeah.
gotta get my coffee or my day is
Leela,
ruined. I ain't got time
Tiffany.
for that. I ain't got time for that.
Um, No, you know what? I mean, honestly, coffee aside, I don't know. I kind of woke up. It was kind of slow to get things going. It's been a weird. That week between Christmas and New Year's is like I don't know. It's like Twilight Zone anyway, and I guess it just felt weird. I felt like I need just another day just to kind of start. So of course, I wake up to an influx of messages. I don't know what it is on your end, but everybody's on this new year, new you, the new year newsletter, the this, the that, the circle back, stuff that stuff that I was like, oh, that's next year's problem is here now.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I that's what I'll be doing today. I'll be trying to clean out my inbox a little bit. So
Okay, okay. Well, that's good. No, you know what? I haven't even checked my messages this morning, so I really don't even know what's in store for me.
okay,
I did get a text message. Someone wants to, and this is someone that I guess they're a relative. I mean, you know how sometimes you get these messages from people. I never heard of this person before, but she said, I'm related to so and so's whatever. I'm like, okay, well then that's it's family. Okay, I'm like, okay, all right. And she is like a software engineer or something like that. And she said
okay,
she looked at my site and she said I know there's some ways that I could probably better your search profile or something like that.
Russell.
Which well, listen, stop. I don't know her. I know. I mean, if this is all true, she is family. So I'm gonna give her 15 minutes tomorrow. I'm gonna give her 15 minutes, and we can talk about what she thinks she can do for me and my website. That's fine. We'll see. I mean, there's some stuff I do need to do. I don't know if she's the one to do it, but I'm gonna. You know what? If you family, I never met you before because I never met her before, and
But did you know of her before she messaged
I
you?
know of her grandfather. I don't know of her.
Yikes.
Okay, because
Okay.
her grandfather is my dad's like first cousin.
I guess if I was, reaching out to someone I've never met family wise, that would not be the first thing I lead with. Like, I can help you with your website. I'd
No,
be like, hey,
she's
where do
okay.
you live? What's
This is how
going
she
on?
started. She said she was who she was related to, and she was basically an admirer of my show because she's
Okay.
been following me.
All
Okay,
right. Okay. I
so
got
I'm
you.
like, okay, all right, okay. I mean, I can't be mad at her for that, right?
Hey, look, I look forward to the update.
And if you family, I mean, I gotta give you 15 minutes, right? I gotta give you 15 minutes. Okay.
Yeah.
15 minutes is not a problem, and that I ain't gotta spend no money to get some information about how you can help me. You know what I mean? So, or if you can, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. So that's gonna be tomorrow
Okay.
at 9 o'clock. I can't remember. Sometime tomorrow, 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. So, so we'll see. We'll see. You know what?
We'll see.
I'll be in front of the computer anyway. I mean, it won't take time. It won't take a lot of time to do a quick Zoom call. But anyway, hey, we're live on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and IG. So if you want to make comments, please make sure you jump on. Let me just check over to IG and see who's there. Craig G and Grosso, Stone Events promo. How you guys doing?
Hey,
That's
look at that support.
my girl
Look at that
Keisha.
support.
That's our girl Keisha over there. So Keisha's been rocking and rolling, doing some events or whatever. Keisha need to come on. I mean, we talk about some events. See what she talking about.
I know, because Keisha work.
Oh yeah, she don't be faking it. She really
Right.
be
No,
working.
no. She got real work. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're right. That's probably why she can't come on. She busy working. We over
Yeah,
here.
some of us, we talk a good game, but Keisha
Keisha
actually do it.
she don't even have time for the parties, for the events and get-togethers.
She
No,
ain't
no,
got
no.
time. She said,
Mm-mm.
I ain't got
I feel
time for
you.
that. I'm gonna be
But
in Michigan doing this, or I'm gonna be in Florida.
exactly.
She was just in Orlando doing the I can't think of the game. Was it Michigan? I think it was the Michigan game. She was just in at the one of the bowl games, right, in
Yeah.
Orlando. So I'm
Oh,
like,
okay.
Keisha just doing it. I mean, she was doing things every week during the football season. So it's like that's like 12, 13 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So seemed like if it wasn't every week, it was every other week she was doing something. So shout out to Miss Keisha. Stone Events. Okay. Is it
Yes.
Stone Events promo? Let's see, what's the name of her company? Stone Events, or just say Stone Events. Okay, let's just say Stone Events because I know I butcher up some people's
Yeah,
names
you
and
do.
and
You
some
do.
company names.
You do.
So we're not trying to do that today. That's gonna be my New Year's resolution. Don't be butchering up people's
Oh
names.
goodness. Did you make New Year's resolutions?
Uh, I kind of stay away from that stuff.
Yeah.
The last New Year's resolution. Oh, I ain't even gonna tell nobody what my last New Year's resolution was, but it's still. It was like a long time ago. It was like when I was in college. Okay, I made this New Year's resolution that I was not going to do something ever again, and I
Hmm.
have never done it again. So, but I'm not gonna tell you what that is.
Oh,
What that
I'm
was.
not. Now I need to know.
That's something off
Never
air. I'll let you know.
Never again. Okay. Well, you
Off
know
air.
what? Sometimes it is a good time to go cold turkey on things. Um, you
Yeah,
know
I've been
what?
feeling those.
Funny enough, I didn't make any resolutions for 2025, and so I'm the type of person. So you got my friend group. I was the one to say, "Hey guys, let's make a vision board." So we were doing that for years, and everybody was rolling their eyes about wanting to do a vision board. But we brought wine and markers and all that, and I would put together this vision board, and then never see it again. Don't even know the purpose. I'm just over here just making stuff up. And then after that, it was word of the year because people are like, "What's your word of the year?" And I thought that made a big difference.
Mm.
Um, I'd forget it. I don't even know what the word was. So 2025 was just like, look, I'm just coming in to survive. I had really not I mean, I had a set of goals that I wanted to hit. But as far as I'll never do this or I should do that resolution wise, no, no. So there was no bar to get over. So I did reflect on this year, and honestly, there's a lot of opportunities that I took that that came up, and I agreed to them, and no regrets. You know,
Mm. There we go.
yeah,
There we go. There we go. But no, I did throw out a couple of New Year's resolutions. I mean, one was just to be more visible. It was just to be more visible
okay,
and
okay.
things that have to do with that. I don't know. Is my thing stopped? It looked like I'm frozen. Am I frozen?
You just froze. What happened?
Am I frozen? Can
There
you
you
still hear
go.
me? Can you
I
still
can
hear me?
hear you. Yeah.
I'm doing the
Yeah.
robot here. I'm doing the
Yeah.
robot.
Okay. You can see all that.
I'm
Hmm.
not doing anything. I'm not moving. I might have to change cameras here. This thing is ticking me off. Let's see. Can I switch cameras? Boom. Can you see
There we
me?
go. I can see you. There we go.
Okay. So that's switching cameras. I didn't want to use that camera, but you gotta do what you gotta do. But yeah, so more visible. Um, you know, letting people know who I am, what I do, and how I can help you. And when it comes to within this hospitality space, so
Yeah.
more, more of that, more not just
Well,
visibility for me, but make sure I'm creating
okay.
opportunities for hotels and DMOs or CVBs or DMCs to be visible as well.
Okay.
So, like yourself, like, companies like yourself, making sure you're just as visible as I am, because that's what it's all about.
Wow. Sounds like a nice little partnership there.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
I thought you knew. I thought
Partnering up.
you knew.
Partnering up.
So, but hold on. What before you say something? Somebody made a comment. So, Mr. Craig Giangrosso out there in Houston, he said, "Question, Russell, how do you combine one live stream into one with Instagram and YouTube and TikTok?" I use Restream, Craig. Restream. So go restream.io and you'll see it. And I can answer. I mean, we can talk about that later, but Restream is what I use. RESTREAM.io. So yeah, so just go Restream and you'll see that's the platform that I use, and it allows me to do up to, I think I can do like up to, well, depending on what you pay for,
Hmm.
you can do up to like 10, I think, maybe 10 platforms. I'm doing right now. I have access to 5, but I only did 4 today because TikTok wouldn't let me in today for what for some reason. So there's there's some things you got to do, Craig. But like I said, I can let you in on those things. But there's no secret. So I appreciate you asking me the question. There's no secret here. So anyway, go ahead, Miss Tiffany.
um, what were we
Tiffany.
talking about? We're
Well,
just
you about to
we're
say
just
something. I cut you off.
well, no, we were just talking about being more visible, and so what was that?
Okay, what about you? Okay, you trying to be more visible?
Sure.
Is
I
that a
mean, what is
thing? Is that
well,
a thing?
I was gonna probe you and be like, what does that mean? But
Well,
uh,
ask me. What does it mean? You want to know?
well, you started to say more visible, with not just you, but with other partners as far as so that's what I took from it. You want to grow your visibility as well as others.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
not
correct?
about it's you know what, as much as I like to say it's about me 100%, it's not about me,
It's not
right?
about
I
you.
wish I could say that, but it's not about just me. It's about what I can do for other brands, right? And primarily, I mean, 100% is hospitality, right? So if you're a hospitality related brand, my job is to make sure you're visible, right? So if maybe you're not as visible as you should be, and a lot of people or a lot of companies are not as visible as they should be, and they think they are. They think, oh, I post once a month, and I'm like, huh? What? Where is that coming from?
Wow.
No, I mean, you got to post multiple times, um, just for people to get on people's radar. That doesn't mean it automatically equates into business,
Right.
but it's all about your brand. It's all about getting your brand out there, and the more people see you, the more likely they are to engage with you. And that's what you want to start with, some engagement, and then from engagement, eventually it's going to get to the point where maybe they're checking out your website, they're asking you questions, maybe they're going to book you. I mean, if you're a hotel, if you're a restaurant, and maybe they're going to try you out. I mean, whatever the heck it is, if you're a destination, maybe they're going to go check it out. I mean, I mention destinations to people all the time. I was mentioning it to my niece not too long ago, like Toronto, like, go to Toronto. I hear Toronto, the vibe in Toronto was cool, blah, 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 blah. I had never been to Toronto, right? Well, anyway, she texted me this morning and says, guess where I am? I'm like, I don't know. I'm in Toronto. I'm like,
Duh. You were supposed
okay.
to know that.
I'm like, shit. So,
Yeah.
it's all about visibility, and people talking about you, and next thing you
Well,
know, people are checking you out.
I want to build on that and take it one step further. Be visible to the target audience or who you're trying to attract. Because what I will say about that is there are hotels that are doing social media. What do? They hire an influencer and they're like, hey, this is cute. Oh, the food is great. Oh, this. And then for me, looking at that hotel, that tells me nothing. But you're trying to attract group business. You know what I mean? So it's one way to be visible, but still, have a strategy behind it, know who you're targeting. And that's where it comes in, having a branding person right? Like yourself, because I I'm pretty sure you're not going to tell them to get an influencer, and taking all the pictures and the photos. You know what I mean? So like I think having the right visibility is key.
You're absolutely right. I probably would not say that, get a influencer. But
That's
if I
great.
did, no, let's back up. If I did, you gotta ask that influencer a set of questions like, who do you, who's your target, who's your audience?
Hmm.
Who are they? What type of influencer are you? They say, oh, I'm a travel influencer. What a travel is a broad statement. Okay. So are you specifically for group business? Are you individual? Are you luxury? Are you middle of the road hotel? I mean, all that stuff matters, right? Are you just destination focused only? Are you doing more cruise ships and cruise line? Whatever it is, because you can be all over the place. I mean, you can be all over the place. So that can be a broad term when people like influencer. Well, first of all, I don't like that term influencer. Now, if you're a content
Creator,
creator
exactly.
with, and I deal with, hotel brands or whatever, or maybe I'll even do lifestyle brand hotels, right? I mean, if you have a niche market, that's even better, right? Because I know people. It's one friend that's a content creator for travel. She only does luxury travel, and she specifically does things in Greece. Okay, she calls herself the traveling Greek. Okay, I'm like, okay, well that kind of tells
Very
you
specific.
exactly that's the focus, right? Anything Greece, she knows everything about all the islands, everything, when to go. I mean everything. So that's what I'm talking about. Be specific to that. Now, if you're asking, middle of the road hotel and this and that, well, maybe that's not the, three diamond hotel. Well, she's not the person for that.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's no shade on anybody. That's just you need to target and focus on who is doing something that you want them to do, and
Right.
and the people that follow them. Okay. Now, the people that follow them, are they real? Are they whatever? There's different ways you can you can find out
Yeah.
if these influencers are real. Meaning, do they have just a bunch of bots that follow them, or do they have real people that follow them?
Right.
I mean, that's the unfortunate thing with this business is that we get caught up on numbers only. We
Yeah.
don't, we,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So that's the thing, right? So you don't necessarily have to have a whole bunch of numbers behind you to be effective. So if that made any sense at all, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's
No,
see. Let's
I
see.
totally agree. And it's just, looking at my, feed, and and that's the reason specifically why I said influencers, because, in the hotel business, kind of getting away from influencers because you're wanting a certain type of business. So, and I'm glad
Mhm.
that you interject with, content creators, because they're actually putting out that content that is going to drive people to say, oh, let me take another look. There's a few hotels that I've seen that do a really good job. Again, Russell, honestly, I haven't seen any hotel content that's really geared towards that B2B market. It's usually the travel, the leisure traveler. Even when it comes to luxury, they are targeting people that are going to either book their hotel or use some of their amenities. But there are some hotels that I'm like, oh, this looks great. And as soon as I look at it, I'm like, I wonder what their meeting space looks like. Or wait, I wonder if they have a rooftop deck, So it's like, take it one step further, or add some more to it. And look, we have a whole year to work on that, right? Like there's so
Yeah.
I mean, this is like the perfect time to get started. It's fresh, it's new, put some content out there. You made a point about someone bragging about posting once a month. Nah, those days are over. Like, you have to keep
Yeah.
top of
And
mind, keep on our feeds, and once a
you
month's not cutting it.
no, 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 no. And it should be part of your marketing strategy. It's not just a one-off thing that we do every now and then when we get a wild hair up our butt. Oh, I don't know if I should have said that. Should I have said that? I don't know if I should have said
Yeah,
that.
you've
But
said worse.
oh, okay, good, good. Woo! I'm glad. So, I mean, but that's what it seems. I mean, I
Yeah,
follow, I don't know, over 100 hotels and destinations,
yeah,
probably a couple hundred. And I get notifications when they do post things, right? But the frequency is not good. It's infrequent. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you have to put things out there. It's part of your marketing strategy. So and I said this last year, and I don't know if I said it when you were on this, or if I said it on one of the other daily check-ins. I said I would just love to see a marketing plan for a hotel that has that I'm going to post, on these days, moving forward, like, in their marketing plan, in writing, that it
Yeah.
says, post whatever content, regarding group business on
Yeah.
these days. You have a whole grid a month, and on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm going to post content every week. That's
Yeah.
what I want to see. And I guarantee it's not there. And if it's not there, it's like whenever they get a chance,
On the
whenever,
whim,
exactly,
yeah.
whenever
It's like,
that
oh
wild
yeah,
hair
I got
grows
the
up their
phone. I
butt,
should do it.
that's when it is.
Yeah.
When that wild hair grows up their butt, that's when they do it.
Okay. Okay. A little obsessed here with the wild hair. Okay. I think we get the point.
Hold on. I got a comment from William Davis. William Davis asked. That's why I just put up he said, "What is your YouTube and TikTok?" YouTube and TikTok at Russell of Hotels, and then he says, "I found them." Okay, thank
Oh,
you.
okay. There you go.
Appreciate
See,
you, William.
look what happens when you're visible.
Appreciate you coming on, Mr. William
Yeah.
Davis. So yeah, but no, I appreciate that, and I did put up my information. It's at Russell of Hotels on LinkedIn. It's Russell L. Edmond. That's my real name. That's my government name. Government name. So yeah, but let's see. Anybody else have any? Oh, he's actually on he's on the IG live too. Okay, so I
Okay.
appreciate you, William Davis. See, that's what I'm talking about. Now, see, if you weren't visible, William Davis wouldn't found me. He would not have found me, right?
Correct.
Okay, he wouldn't have found us. He like scrolling around and say, "Well, who the heck are these two idiots? Let me take a listen."
Excuse you. Well, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, using social media to your benefit, it's free.
Yeah,
I think
it can be. I mean, it can be free if you did it yourself. But if you hire someone,
it's low cost.
it's a low. Okay, there you go. It's a low cost there's a big upside. There's a big upside to it, but you have to be consistent. I mean, we talk about this all the time, but it's funny. It seems like I'm talking about it more because less people are getting away from it than gravitating towards it. You know what I mean? And I don't know why that. I don't know why that is. Why do you think that is, Miss Tiffany?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe I'm wrong. Am I
wanna
wrong
say that
in my assumption?
well, I don't know about less. I think it's the same. I think it's the same people that get it are going for it with it. But there's so many brands that are just
Okay,
resistant.
why do you think that is?
They're I don't know, fear, not knowing what to post. Well, okay, you know what? I was gonna make this point because you're like, just do it. And I do know, just coming, in-house from corporate, social media in a lot of companies is not prioritized. So it's usually someone else's duty in addition to everything else they got going on. Because I remember working for a law firm, and I was doing the marketing, sending out, their articles, doing events as well as social media. And when I tell you, social media was the last thing on my list because I had to get other things done. So I think when we start, if brands and companies start to really look at the ROI on social media, the long-term ROI, okay, because it's not a quick fix, and then actually put budget and priority to social media, maybe we'll see more of a growth, or even outsourcing it. If you don't have the budget internally.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, what do you think is important for you, and what you do?
I do as an independent planner. I mean, and I'm like everybody. Of course, can I be doing more? Absolutely. Should I take my own advice and post more frequently? Absolutely. But as far as visibility and, being someone as expert in my field, it's very important. You're reaching people that you would never have reached on any other medium, whether it's email or in person. I've got quite a few opportunities from LinkedIn. So my LinkedIn is, I'd like to say, it's pretty optimized. You see what I do, you see who I've worked with. You see when I do post, events that I've gone to. Usually it's a North Star conference that's saying that I'll be there. So that's that validation that I'm not just a part-time planner, that this is my profession. Yeah. And you know what really makes me happy, really makes me smile, is when I go to an event, whether it's a conference, and specifically it was one of the destination events with North Star, and a supplier would come over and be like, "Hey, I heard you got your show. I heard you and Russell talking," and they pick out like certain parts, and I'm like, "Whoa, you were listening!" So, and yeah, I honestly, we get on here, and I appreciate offering your platform, because I'm here every Monday talking. But I mean, are people listening? Are people, coming on? Some people are watching the replay. But the fact that they're taking tips from what we say,
that's huge.
Oh, that's great. So that validation is
That was a
great.
good one. Thank you for saying that. Okay, we had a question from Mr. William Davis. Can you see that? It says, "Do
I
you
can.
tell your clients to hire a podcast/live streaming producer? What are your thoughts on a remote producer teams for your social media, broadcasting, and videos?" I'll let you take that one. Yeah.
Oh, really? No, I was just nodding my head, because I mean that's an
Yeah,
advanced level question there.
that's why I'm letting you take it.
That's provided that you're out there, you're doing live streaming, you have a plan, you're doing consistent programming. I would say at a certain point, I mean, and correct me if I'm wrong, initially I don't think it's necessary hiring someone to produce your live streams. No, get on there. And I say that for me, because let's back up a year ago, where I was terrified to get on camera and didn't know what to say, and was so unsure. I think it takes a while to really get acclimated to who you're speaking to and what the content's doing. So I think honing in on that first. But then once you're reaching a certain level, you have a consistent show, you have your subscribers, your followers, and maybe you want to send some of that to prospective clients. Maybe that's the next level to hire a producer. Let's see, what are your thoughts on a remote producer team for your social media? Same thing. And if you do go that route, definitely vet them, because a lot of people think they know social media, they can do it. I wouldn't hire, your neighbor's son to do it, but someone that really, that really is in social media. Because when you talk about a remote team, making sure that they have that portfolio of work they've done and able to produce.
That is correct. Do you tell your clients to hire? No. I mean, just to piggyback on what Miss Tiffany said, no, I don't. Back when I started this, I didn't do it myself. I'll just say that I didn't do it myself. This is something that evolved, right? So I knew I wanted to do something different, get my name out there, get my face out there, whatever. So what I did was went to and this was 100% podcast. This is 100% audio. It was not video then. There was no Facebook Live. Facebook Live came out maybe the same year, I think, but maybe towards the end of the year. So it was a podcast, right? And it was right after, well, it was before COVID. It was 2019 when I started on air with Russell of Hotel. So I went to LA Talk Radio, which was his internet radio station. And I started doing the podcast, and I started having guests on, but you couldn't see them. It was just us. It was just audio, it's a 100% podcast, like a radio station. And it just gained traction from there. And then Facebook Live came out. And then that's when you were able to see people as well. And then from Facebook Live came to all these other different platforms. And now we're at Restream. I'm at Restream, and there's a StreamYard. There's all kind of other platforms that have come because of that. And I use Restream. And the reason why I left LA Talk Radio, I did 90 episodes there. Now I'm up to 320. I think tomorrow will be 326 episodes that I've done on air, right? 90 of them were 100% audio. From that point on, that's like I said, that's when the video came out, and I've been doing that ever since, right? And from the audio only to video, it just grew so much more because now people see you. Now they can see you as a trusted whatever person. They don't just hear you as that. Now they actually can see you, and like right. Tiffany said, I mean, it doesn't happen. I wish it happened more, but it does happen every now and then where I'll go places and I'm checking into a hotel. This happened not too long ago. I went to this hotel to check in, right? And the guy was like, he's like looking at me like I had two heads or something. And he said, don't I know you from somewhere? I said, I don't think so. It was a city that I'd never been to before. And there's a hotel, obviously, if I've never been in the city, I've never been to that hotel. I said, no, I don't think so. I said, you been to LA? He said, no, that's not it. And he said, wait a minute, LinkedIn, right? And I'm like, yeah. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm on LinkedIn.
Said, you're that hotel dude or something like that. And I'm like, wow, okay. So stuff like that. So that tells me, William, that I don't need to hire anyone to do it other than me, right? I need to do it more frequently. But I know that there's a opportunity for other people because like hotels or anything within the hospitality realm, and I always limit it to hotels, DMCs, or the Convention Visitors Bureau, things like that. And the smaller destinations and smaller hotels or whatever, they may not get enough publicity, promotion, or whatever, and they think maybe their budgets are too small to do it. Well, those are the ones I go after because I know they're more likely to do it than the bigger ones. Okay, because the bigger ones think that they sure. have it all handled, right? Well, the bigger ones don't. They don't have it handled. Okay, they think they're doing everything they can do, and they're not, right? So I would say they need to. A lot of times, the bigger hotels, they use PR companies, and sometimes PR companies, they listen to 100% of what the PR company tells them. Instead of like, okay, the PR company works for me. Okay, give me suggestions, Miss or Mr. PR company, and then we'll kind of mold them over. And why I say that is that I had an opportunity to do something for a DMO, which was small. It was in the Atlanta area, and because their PR company told them it wasn't a good time to do it. I'm like, remember, and I had to check myself, and I had to check her real quick too. And I said, remember that they work for you. You don't work for them. So if someone gives you a free, then this was free, a free opportunity to come on and talk about yourself, your DMO, your CVB, or whatever the heck it is, take advantage of it. Okay. I said, you've seen my podcast. You've seen the show that I've done. Is it something that you would want to steer away from? Am I on there just raising hell and cussing and carrying on? No, that's not what it's about. Because if I was like that, well, maybe I would have more viewership if I was out there acting a damn fool. But no, that's not what it's about. It's about elevating people's brands. It's not about me, right? It's about you coming on, me talking about your brand or how you got in the industry, and what do you look for, and what do you want people to know about this brand that you represent? Because the brand starts with you. It starts with the individual. Then we'll, transfer that over to your actual the brand that you actually represent or whatever. So, I mean, I can go on and on and on about this.
Well, okay, so you brought up a different strategy because you went from, okay, do social media, be visible, but then you talked about, bringing people on your show. So, and what I want to make note is now you're leveraging someone else's audience, right? So now you're not even doing all the work. because you are going on to someone's show, like you said, talking about yourself and gaining their audience to be like, oh, let me look you up. Let me follow you. Let me do that. So that's a whole other strategy of visibility. If you are worried about, oh, I don't have time to post and do this and that, when people extend an invitation to come on their
Exactly.
show, take it.
Somebody wants to write up. Somebody sent me something the other day, just like, I think it was maybe about a week ago. And it had to do, it was I can't think of the name of the publication, but it's kind of like an internet publication, and they talk about your brand or whatever. So I did this about several years ago, right? Well, now they've kind of come full circle. Now they're doing a video instead of me writing, information, and they post it as a kind of like an article. Now they want to do it's like a podcast now. So they asked me to do another, like, where's your business now? I mean, we remember 5 years ago, this is where you were, and you were just kind of starting or whatever. And, but now you're, 5 years later, where are you? We want you to come on and talk. Now they have a podcast. I'm like, to me, it was a no brainer, right? It was this, as soon as I read that, I'm like, sign me up. When do we do this? Because they're trying to help me out. They're trying to help out my business, and I can take that and put it out there. So now the whole world can see that Russell not only does his own podcast and talks to other people, but other podcasts want Russell on his show to talk about, what he does, right? So those are the things that are invaluable that people just don't take advantage of. I mean, and I know other people are getting opportunities to do it, but people are like, oh no, I could never do that. Oh, that's for so-and-so to do. Oh, I need permission to do this. It's easy to ask for forgiveness than it is to ask for permission. Just do it. Okay. That's all I say. Hello. Okay. Hold on. William Davis has something else. Do you let clients know that there's something that is over 2 billion active users on the 4 top platforms, YouTube, Meta, X? Yeah. I mean, you let people know that, but sometimes people have to see someone else that they know do it before they would actually do it. You know what I mean? Because no one wants to be the first to do it. Like, okay, check this out. Okay, I don't know if you remember, there was a young man I had on my show last year. That was in December or maybe November. And he had just recently graduated from college, Cal State Northridge. Okay. Cal State Fullerton here in Southern California. And I had asked him before we went on the show, I said, hey, why don't more people your age group, and he's like 22, let's say 22-ish. And why don't they do more social media things, right? Like, if I'm looking for a job, I'm going to be posting stuff where on LinkedIn, like, hey, I'm Russell Edmond, and, I'm this, I'm that, and I just recently graduated and I have a degree in this. This is my, the ultimate dream for me, or my first dream job would be this. I mean, you're putting yourself out there, right? And he said, oh no, we don't do that. Meaning people his age, they don't do that because they don't want to be looked at as, people will frown upon that. People in their age group, I guess they'll, I don't know, harass them about it or talk crap about it or whatever. I'm like, and I told him, I said, I guess that's the difference between your age group and my age group, or at least me. I said, I'll be all over it. I said, if I'm looking for another job, if I was out there looking for another job, I'll let people know that I'm looking for another job. Okay. Hey, I'm Russell Hotels. Right. I do this, I do that. I can add this to your company, blah, blah, blah. I'll be there and I'll be reposting that stuff over and over again. So yeah, there's 2 billion active users, but people need to see people that look like them or act like them, or maybe coming age thing or whatever, their same age or whatever. They need to see that before they actively do it. And believe me, they know there's a bunch of people looking at YouTube and X because they're looking at it too, right?
Right.
So,
right.
Okay, let's see what else. He got something else? I mean, go ahead and make a comment. I'm gonna put the other question.
Well, no, I'm just saying, and when you're talking about a B2B market, they still are kind of hesitant around social media because that's not, a business thing, or especially these like professional services that are, they're buttoned up and they only use social media to promote an event. Oh, we're having our annual conference and here are our sponsors. So they're using it, but just not using it in a way that attracts who they're looking to target. And that's the problem, the disconnect.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. Mike Davis says I'd recommend, is it EVMUX? EVMUX over Restream if you know how to build scenes or have experience with vMix and Wirecast. I don't have experience with those, but I will check those out. Appreciate that. Yeah, Restream became, because I used what was it? I'd used StreamYard before, of course, Restream, Facebook Live, all those things, and none of them did 100% what I was looking for. I can't think of the other one that was
Mm.
just for Mac. What is it called? Damn it.
Oh, is that
Ecamm Live.
Ecamm?
Okay, I use Ecamm, but Ecamm,
Yes.
it was limited as well. So I'm trying to get all these
Mhm.
things into one, right? None of them did 100% what I wanted. And Ecamm, although Restream is more expensive than Ecamm, it did a little bit more than what Ecamm did. Okay. And so that's
Okay.
why I use Restream at the moment. But I'm always open to some new stuff. So thank you so much for letting me know about those. I have a counterpoint to small and mid-sized business have a more directed audience, especially if they gather phone numbers and emails. This audience refers you to more people. If have a professional produce media, a little refinement does cost much. Okay. Yeah. You got any comments on that one?
No.
Tiffany, are you there?
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Are you are you falling asleep? Okay.
I okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Ecamm isn't a great one. Yeah. Well, yeah, we're right about that. Yeah. But it for what I needed it at the time. It was it. It was it because it did something more than what StreamYard did. Right. So it worked for me. And then it worked for me until it didn't work. Okay. And then now I'm using, like I said, Restream. So, and Restream is not the cat's meow. It's just that it's the flavor of the month. So until something else comes out, and maybe one of the things that you mentioned. So I'll check those things out. But thank you so much. I appreciate those comments. But yeah, so it's all about. But at the end of the day, well, Mr. Davis, it's all about you have to be active, you got to be visible. So whatever that platform is that you're using, I mean, the goal is to just put it out there to everybody, right?
Yeah.
And that's what this platform is doing. That's what Restream did. That's what Ecamm does. All of them do that, but it's just maybe different graphics. You can fly this in, fly that out. All this kind of stuff, right? So now we're just talking about bells and whistles, but at the end of the day, it's about people know who you are. Is your name out there? And that's what I'm trying to. That's the goal for me at this point. So I guess it
And
just
I
depends
would
on
say
what
just
people.
put it out there too, because I think another thing that gets caught up with people is they get overwhelmed with so many choices. So if you don't need to broadcast everywhere, just start with your favorite platform. Start on Instagram, start on LinkedIn. The point is just start,
Yeah.
and and I think you told me this too. It doesn't have to be all nice and perfect and
Yes.
pretty, because I was like, I need a photo shoot before I get on. And you were like, no.
Exactly.
And so,
Exactly.
and that does something to you. It breaks down the barrier, especially with social media. And you made a point a few weeks ago about it being live and like it being these are probably my words, but it being raw. It's not polished and pretty. It's
Yes.
just live. If they're doing a site and they're showing you the hotel and it's like somebody jumps in and says hello, it's like, okay, we love that. We love being part of those behind the scenes. It doesn't have to be edited. It's social media. We know that this is in the moment
Yes.
and it's okay.
Yes, yes, you're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. So yeah, so it's just do it. I mean, that's that. Like I said, it all comes down to that because there's so many people on the sideline that would love to be not and not saying that we're the end all be all. We do this. I mean, I do this every day, 5 days a week. I'm doing something live. Okay, I don't. And the reason why, what's the reason why I do things live, Tiffany? Why do I do them live?
Why do you do them live? You know what? I
Because I
don't
don't
know.
like to
That's a good
edit.
question.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Because it takes so much time to edit it.
Well,
And I'm like, what am I going to edit? What, am I going to put some
okay.
music on? And you know what? I just say, you know what? Let's just do it. And what I make mistakes, because this is real, right? This is real. If I make mistakes, I say the wrong thing. I mean, I said something about hair up your butt and all that stuff. If I say all that stuff, well, that's here. Okay. That's here. So
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna. It's not gonna be edited out. It's just me. It's raw, but I mean, I'm not raw to the point of it's this is crazy. He's talking crazy now. No, it's not. It's nothing like that. I'm just trying to be
Yeah.
as fun and as funny as I can. But this is real, right? This is how I am. This is me. This is what I look like. Okay, there's no filter on this, right? This is actually my bookcase right here in my house. Okay, this is actually Sarah Dandishy. Okay, she's a real person, wrote a real book. This is actually Bruce's book, the one that's next to her. I mean, this is real stuff. Okay, this is real stuff. This is actually a family photo of a friend of mine that got married. You know what I mean? But the thing of it is, that's about 20 something years ago. So,
Like, right. Is it the most
no, it ain't
updated?
updated,
No,
but
but it's
that
real.
picture is
No, I
real.
feel
So this
you.
is actually a section of my family room that I thought it was video worthy. Okay, but no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna continue to do this, and I think that, like I said, it's all about real, and that's what people look for. People are not looking for everything that's rehearsed and
Mm-hmm.
all that. Okay, if you want to be rehearsed, go on TV, watch
Yeah.
NBC, ABC, CBS. Okay, if you want things that are real, that's why people gravitate more towards looking at social media things versus because TV, regular mainstream TV, is going down, and all the other platforms is going up. It's been trending up, right? So, and that's because I think a lot of it has to do with people being real or being silly or whatever else they want to be, whatever you want to call it.
I love it. It legitimizes things. And, for someone like me I do a lot of booking sight unseen. And every time I do that, it makes me nervous. So for me to be able to see your social media and see you walking around, and yeah, there might be some commotion, and then I would get some drama. So, if you're filming and something's happening, zoom in so I can see, and there's a wedding going on at the same time, and it's, you had to pivot and do something. That's good quality content. Get my popcorn ready. So I think not to fear that, oh, it's not a good time. We're so this, we're so that. Just we're not looking for that pretty, cookie cutter edited. It has to have the certain music playing. We're looking, like, to your point, just something real.
Yeah,
that can showcase who you are. So you can showcase your brand.
exactly. And that's
because if we do see the cookie cutter and we do see the pretty, sometimes we get suspicious.
Yes.
I'm like, hold on, that room looks a little too clean, too buttoned. How are all the rooms? Or just little things. If everything has to be edited, and not to say that there's not a market for that, right? You obviously, if you want some really quality photos to use on your marketing collateral, absolutely. But when we're talking about social media, literally get on your phone and press live, right?
Yes. Yes.
What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly. Well, you never know.
Well,
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. I mean, and to your point, and some of the things you've said in the past is that when people are looking for group business, they're not showing meeting space and things like that. They want you to go to their virtual tour on their website, right? When they can just take their phone and just, okay, this is our ballroom, like today, real time, right? And post those things. This is being set up for this group that we have coming in, right? I mean, people love this because it's real stuff, it's real time, and people like myself and Miss Tiffany and other planners that do what we do, they look for stuff like that. They're not looking for they're not wasting their time going to that website looking at those videos that go this way, point the arrow this way, and point the arrow that way, and turn around. No one's doing that.
No, and it's not helpful. And then what it does, it shows me an empty room. And I'm so glad you said that, because I'm working on this blog post, because yet again, yesterday, I don't understand this. I think, is it me? Is it something going on? Why, as a hotel sales manager, would you not get out your phone and take a live photo of a setup? Because I'm doing these meetings, it has to be crescent rounds. You send me a photo of your empty ballroom. How can I visualize this? Take me in. And you have several events per month. Do different setups. Live, how they're set up right before the event. Here's where the stage is. Here's where the drop down. It's not, I mean, that content, that can be your whole content calendar, honestly. Like it's and I'm giving too much details, because if you want more, that's when you hire someone. That's when you book a consultant for all that. But it's really my pet peeve that now here in 2026 we don't get these live room setups. And it should be so easy, and get away from the 3D version, like you said, click here, do that. We don't like it, y'all. If you need to know, we don't like it.
Wow.
We don't like it.
Okay.
From the planner perspective, I don't like it.
Okay. Hey, you heard it from a planner, right? You heard it from a planner. So, okay. There's a couple other questions that Mr. Davis said. Okay. So Mr. Davis, he's a producer. Okay. I produce for clients. I'm asking these questions to get your point of view. All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. What are your thoughts on vertical lives? What's a vertical live? Tiffany?
Isn't it when you're live vertically? Like the
way the phone is going?
Well, no, I mean, as opposed to this way, right?
I don't know. Or is he talking vertical as in vertical or vertical
lives
on the platform?
I don't know. Can you clarify that?
Can you clarify that, Mr. Davis? Clarify that. And then what else did he say? Did you see the new feature on YouTube Live, dual stream, horizontal and vertical? Have you seen that?
No, I didn't know it was a new feature.
No, I have not.
Nope.
I have not. See, you're giving me stuff to look at there, Mr. Davis. We appreciate you. Mr. Davis. So yes, I don't know what he means with vertical lives. I'm not sure what that means. He would have to clarify that a little more. Let's see. Any other comments on? No comments on IG Live. But yeah, so I'm just waiting for him to, if he's still there. Go ahead and make your comment if you're still there, my man. But yeah, so but no, this has been good. This has been good. I appreciate. See, it's all about the comments and engagement, and that's what it's all about, and just letting this stuff out. Like, it's the first of the year. We want to, we're gonna come at you, not hard or anything like that. I mean, we'll have some fun with it. We're gonna talk about some serious stuff. We'll talk about things that are I don't know, pertinent. Is that a good word to our industry? What we do. Well, like
Agreed.
Tiffany just said, what she doesn't like, and we're going to give you some stuff that we like and we don't like, and
well, all in all, I mean, either way, it's gonna help you. Knowledge is power, and giving those tips, and wanting to get more business from planners. I'm happy to share that. And I will say this, that first, our first Monday of the year, starting off clean, we can all, go in and being more visible. So those were, we had some really good examples and tips. I can do it as well, but I think just going, that could be the resolution of the day, right? We're all going to go and make effort to not only be visible, but active and consistent.
Yeah. And if you need help, reach out to someone that can help you. And that's what I'm here to do, right? I do a daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday. Okay. Mondays are devoted to Tiffany. But guess what? Tiffany wouldn't mind if you came on with all of us and talked. I mean, that would be a good thing, right? I think I got room for 10
Yeah,
people on this
yes,
thing.
absolutely.
So we got room for 9 more people to come on.
Oh Lord, here we go. Yeah,
Do
like
that.
you
That'd be
have you
good.
ever been in a space with 10 planners, 10 people in the industry? You know, we get together and we start going in.
I've
So I
done
don't
it.
know
I,
if
you know what? I
you
did it one time when I did my 200th episode. I did have.
okay.
Uh, there's about 10 people. There's about 10 people on there, and I mean, just
Mm,
basically just wanted. They asked me questions about me starting and all that. It was all about me, right?
yeah.
So, but they are all industry people. They're all industry people. Or if they
Yeah.
weren't industry people, they were content creators that were in the space as well. So it was good. It was definitely good,
Okay.
but it was yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot because there's a lot going on, and people want to say this and people want to say that, and people talking over each other. So you got to moderate it, right? So it has to be okay. Hold on a second. Well, okay, then Tiffany. Okay, now you can say whatever, and so it was a thing. It was a whole thing. But yeah, I would welcome that again. It was a challenge, but I would welcome it again. But it's like I said, it's all about getting people on, talking about who they are, what they do, and how they can help. I mean, that's it. Just 3 questions, right? Anybody can come on and talk about that, and those you'll be surprised what those 3 questions will lead to. Okay, yeah. So if you're
Yeah.
afraid to come on, because first of all, okay, I'm gonna give a couple of things here. Um, I don't let people know what the questions are that when people come on air with Russell Off Hotels. That comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock, right? So tomorrow it'd be show number 326. I believe that's the number. So if you were to come on there, I'm going to ask you questions, but you won't know the questions. You won't know the questions I'm going to ask, but you will be familiar with them. You will know how to answer them because they're about
Okay.
you. Because I do my research on you, just like I guess you would do your research on me, right? So I would hope you would do your research on me. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's the same thing because I'm sure you've been I've interviewed you or had conversation with you other than here, right? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Were you able to
Yeah. We
answer the
did.
questions
Yeah,
that I
we
asked
did.
you?
Yeah. No, simple questions. I mean, they're not, getting all in your business. So, they're, or your personal life, I would say. They're very questions you should know. I mean, they're based on your career. What I will say is it's depending on how the answers go, does that like
Yes.
lead to the flow of the next question? So you're not like, oh, my next
No,
question
it's
is,
based
what I mean? You're
it's
just like
based on how you answer that
doing the
question
flow.
for the most part. And we just keep going
Yeah.
and going and going. But if there's something that you want me to make sure I mention, I'll ask you like, hey, is there something that either you don't want me to ask or that you want me
Mm-hmm.
to ask? I'll do those because I'm not trying to put people on blast or anything like that. Because I've interviewed people
Right.
before or had conversations with people, and they said, hey, don't ask anything about my previous job. Okay. Shit, did I want to ask? Yeah, so
Okay.
it's made to make
Good.
you look good. It's not made to tear
Right.
anyone down because if I tear you down, that tears me down, and that's not good. That's not
Right.
good for anybody's brand, right? So, like I said, it's all about elevating
Right.
brand. It's not lowering your brand or anything like that. It's elevating your brand, putting you in a different light that maybe someone hadn't seen you before. They're like, "Oh my God, you had that person on there." And he was great or she was great and I love the way she answered this question and blah blah blah. What was the name of that hotel that the person represented again? I mean, those are things that I get. Those are the responses that I get when I do have these conversations. I call them conversations. People may say, "Oh, you interviewed so." No, 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 no. There's just 2 people sitting around having a conversation, just like Tiffany and I do on Mondays. 2 people having a conversation. We may answer some questions. Let's see. Okay, real quick. Okay, there's one other thing. Yes, it's the orientation of video, vertical like TikTok and
See?
YouTube Shorts. Was the question? Do I use those? Yeah, I do use those. I do. I do shorts as well as yeah. I do. I use TikTok. I use all those
Well,
platforms.
I think he was talking about
Hmm?
vertical lives as opposed to, um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the difference.
I don't know either, but I do use all of them, and I use shorts. I do shorts on YouTube as well as TikTok and Instagram. So I don't know if that
Okay.
answers the question. The next thing says the sales managers at hotels and resorts are normally dealing with all the last minute changes throughout galas and events. No time to take. I have a policy that no changes to gala or event audio or video elements 40 hours before galas. Huh? What does that say? Am I missing something? Do you see all that?
Um, I do.
Oh,
I
there's
just don't
more to it.
understand. Okay.
Ensure where's after ensure the
Mhm.
AV side goes off with little to no issues. Sales managers for hotels don't have that luxury. Well, I'm sorry. What are we talking about here? The sales manager at a hotel and resorts are normally dealing with. Well, no, not sales managers. Okay, let me just. Um, this is more sales managers sell stuff. Now there's the
Right.
convention service. If we're being technical here, the convention services or yeah, convention services people, they're the ones that detail everything. So yeah, no, they have time for last minute changes. That's what their job is to do.
Right.
Yeah,
Their
so I'm
job.
not sure where this, what the question is or the comment is,
Time to take
but
it.
sales managers sell it, and once the contract is done, once it's signed, it's turned over to someone else, depending on the size of the hotel. And I would think these hotels are the size that I would normally use, 250 to 600, or 600 or more rooms, right? So it's turned over to someone that details everything. They collect payment, they do rooming lists, they do changes, last minute changes for, maybe they got a setup change, or maybe we added something on the buffet or whatever. No, that's their job to do that. I mean, that's my contact when I'm on property, right? When this program is going on, the convention services person is where I bring all that information to. So sales manager is already out of this at this point. So I mean, if we're being technical about this, in real life, that's how a real life happens. But anyway, no time to take photos for who? I know what he's talking about now. Okay, okay,
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're
okay,
bringing it
okay,
back. Yeah.
okay,
Okay. Okay.
okay. Now, like I said, the sales manager can go in there and take pictures because they're not doing the setup. They're not doing any of that stuff, right? So yeah, there is time to do it. Remember, I'm not sure if you know my
Oh, absolutely.
background here. I was a director of sales and marketing for the Sheraton Universal. Okay, so which is we did events every day for 200 to 1,000 people. Okay, so that was no big deal. So was I able to take pictures? Yes, I was. As a sales manager, as a director of sales and marketing,
Yeah.
yeah, because that's someone else's job to make sure it's set up. I'm just going in there to observe and see the different setup. So there are times when you can go in there and take photos of everything. I was taking photos of the client, the client looking at the setup and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, believe
Hmm.
me,
Well, let me ask you this: did you have clients request that? Hey, can you take a photo
I didn't.
before setup or before the event?
I didn't. They would take their own
Okay.
photos. They would take some of their own photos, but no, they didn't. They never asked me to. Hey, can you take photos of this? No, they never did
Okay.
that. But no, I took photos and videos of a lot of setups that were different,
Sure.
the unique outside. I mean, it can be outside or whatever, all these kind of things that were not on our website. I would take those photos and I would keep them
Right.
for myself. That was before I would even post things. I mean, that was before that, right? But I would take them for my own thing because guess what? I knew eventually I was going to go to another hotel. So you take those things because you want to make sure you have them just in case, I'm looking for a different setup because clients are, you know what? I don't like the typical setup. I'm looking for something a little different. Can you help me out? And I'm like, oh, you know what? We did this at this particular hotel. What do you think about that? Oh my God, I like that. I love that. Or like, oh, that sucks. I don't mean that, or whatever it is.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, it behooves the sales manager, convention services person, whoever to take photos of their setups, because especially if they're unique and not out, no other hotels are doing it. Or maybe I saw this one, this girl had posted it, this girl that used to work for me years ago. It was like it was a ballroom. Instead of tables, they had couches. They had couches throughout. There must have been 50 couches in there for people to sit on that set, like 3 people each, instead of having the 6 foot table, and people in, like
Yeah.
normally classroom setting. No, they had
Right.
couches throughout the
Yeah.
room. They had a stage. Someone was doing presentations or whatever, but they had couches, and everybody had a pad, a paper and pad. If they wanted to take notes, they could, but there was no table. It was not traditional at all. And I thought that was the most unique thing. It
Yeah.
was comfortable, and a lot of them reclined. They're recliner couches.
Got
Yes. So
comfortable.
I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, that could be
Mhm.
good or that could be bad. I could be in there taking a nap. I don't know. But they were okay with it.
And it's funny too because I mean, as a hotel, you're the expert of your space. So you tell me what we can do sometimes. If I'm saying like I want soft seating, but I don't know what that looks like at your hotel, and you provide that photo of the couches, I'm like, that's what I was talking about. Like, so you get to tell me what your space can do. And sometimes that's the difference between if I select you
That's
or
true.
your
It's all
competitor,
about being
you know?
creative, right? It's all about trying to get that next piece of business.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
absolutely.
So, okay. So he says, no time to take photos. And he says, you are the 1% that does those extra. And that's the difference, right? That's the difference. That's the
Yeah,
difference between getting business and not getting business. Okay. Be that 1%. If that's
right.
what it is, then okay, be that 1%, because your competition not doing everything that you're doing, right? Or you're not doing everything that your competition is doing. It's just how that is, right? So you got to take it up to another level. And that's kind of the things
Right.
that's why I do what I do now, right? I stopped being on property because I wanted to help more people. When I'm on property, I can only help that one hotel, right? When I was a director of sales and marketing at the
Oh, wow.
Sheraton Universal, guess what? I can only be the director of sales and marketing for that hotel. Now that I'm
Mm-hmm.
independent, I can be the director of sales and marketing for as many people that need me to help them. And if that means hello,
Ooh.
hello, you saw that? You like that?
Oh,
If that
okay.
means that I'm gonna go in and take photos of your, events that you don't have time to do, and I'm gonna post them on your behalf, then damn it, that's what I'll do, right? Because I'm in hotels
I would
all
love that.
the time. I don't know how many hotels I was in last year. Okay, then I took photos of that. I posted those videos or whatever.
Mhm.
So yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess I am. I am the 1%. And that's good to be the 1% on this one. These staff are light out here in Seattle. Okay, now light meaning there's not a lot of staff, and I can understand that because since COVID, people, everyone has not been hired back, and business is down and all that kind of stuff. Okay, that's the time that you should be doing these things, because meaning the squeaky wheel gets the oil. The ones that's posting the most, the ones that's in front of the client. Doesn't matter if you're in front of the client face to face, in person, or virtually, because you can still have what's the term that I use? You can still have a presence without being present. And that's
Excellent.
the
Okay.
whole thing about social media. Okay. It's still being there, it's still being relevant, even if I'm not in front of you. I mean, I see Tiffany. If I don't see her every day, I mean, if I don't see her all week, I know I'm gonna see her on Monday. Okay. Okay. We're still present in each other's life, right? Although we're not at any conference together right now. And I'm sure this year we will be in the same room. But right now, I talk to her every week.
Reuniting.
We talk at least once a week, and not more. And then I see her at least once a week, if not more. So it's just a way to do
Yeah.
that, right? So I appreciate these questions that you're asking, because it's making me think, and it's getting my is making me think and get stuff out that maybe other people need to hear. Okay, so thank you, Mr. Davis. I
Right.
appreciate that. So yeah, so in Seattle, maybe in LA, there's some places that are light as well, right? So okay, so when
Yeah.
you're light, that means you need help. You need someone to put stuff out there that if you don't have time to do it. That's the prime example of what I'm talking about. So you don't have someone that can do it. Well, you need to hire someone that can do it. That's it. That's it.
Absolutely.
Because you still
The
got
bottom.
budgets. I don't care what's going on. I don't care who you got working or not working. Guess what? Somebody there's a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. It's called a budget that comes out every month. That at the end of the month, they want to know, what did you do? Did you achieve it? Okay, how did you achieve it? If you didn't, why didn't you achieve it? Okay. They don't care about any of this other stuff. Okay. Believe me, they do not care. They want results. Okay. We're at 10, we're at 10:16. That means this is the longest we've ever done this. Okay. But I appreciate the questions because the questions are all about engagement, and I appreciate that. So thank you so much, Mr. William Davis. We do this, like I said, Tiffany and I do this every Monday at 9 o'clock, and it's supposed to go about roughly, well, we've been teetering around an hour now.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But yeah, no, it is good time to wrap up. So like I said, first Monday of the year, get back at it. But I feel like you were in your element. Can't stop you. You know, this is your lane because you nonstop about social media, why, and even gave your little tips and techniques on it. So this is this was important. You know, whether they're watching live and you taught me this too. I was like, oh, what if no one's watching? It's like there's always someone going to watch a replay. Like it lives. That's another thing. The social media lives on. You could be doing a show 3 months ago and someone makes a comment about it, and you're like, wait a minute, I recorded that 4 months ago.
Yes.
So it has a long lifespan.
Yes, it does. That definitely does. Okay, 2 more comments here and then we're out. As you said, be active. Yes, that's why I offer the podcast and live streaming service for social media on multi-platforms. Very good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you joining in with your comments and questions. I do appreciate them. And hopefully in the future you continue to come on and have your questions. I appreciate it. Or we appreciate it. Peace. Peace. Yeah. So. Oh man. So anyway.
Right. And with that,
I guess we're okay. Any trips coming up? Have you gotten the okay to go to any trips? Crickets.
Oh my gosh, January, February. What's February? February, IPAC. March.
You've been okay. You've been approved to go.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. I'm booked.
You're booked to go to IPAC?
I am booked to go to IPAC.
In Phoenix?
Yeah. Yeah. I have my tickets.
Okay. Very good. Well, have a good time. Take photos.
Yeah. I got my Who did you make mad?
Oh, I just hit my head.
Who did you make mad? Yikes.
I don't know.
All right. What about SMU?
Oh, I never signed up for it.
So, okay. Well, I'll see you when I see you. What we Destination Southeast? Because that's the family reunion event. See everybody that way.
Yeah, we will connect. And I have a big trip coming up in April. I'll have to tell you about, but it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with any of those things. But
gotcha. Oh yeah, personally. You know what, Russell? I know we got to get on, but I am excited. I am officially taking at least 2 vacations this year. One starting in February is a 7-day Virgin cruise. And I say that because, this year I was really trying to hone in on this project and want to be the best I could be. So when I was on trips, I was still working and getting up early and, going to bed late just to get work done. But when I tell you February, I'm not taking my laptop out. Y'all can figure it out when I get back. So I'm excited because it's an actual full vacation. And I realized I didn't do that last year at all.
Sounds good. We all need a real vacation. Definitely.
A real
vacation. I cannot take my laptop out.
Come on.
I want to just make sure wherever I am that everything still works, right? No matter where I am.
Yeah.
So I'll take it out for that just to make sure the Wi-Fi is strong and all that kind of stuff, right? just in case I needed to work from around the wherever around the world I am. So
Sure.
anyway, that's just me. That's me. I don't have a problem with taking it out and checking email or having to work or whatever. Then that way I can say, "Hey, I was over in Cambodia when I text you." You know what I mean? Or when I email
Absolutely
you.
not. I'm Absolutely not. I'm putting my out of office. I'll see you when I
Oh,
get back. That's all it
okay. All
is.
right. Hey, that's
That work
okay.
life
And that's
balance.
all right.
Figure that out.
So anyway, all right.
All
Well, thank you
right.
so much. I appreciate you coming on, Miss Tiffany. We're on for next Monday too.
We
All right.
are.
Enjoy the rest of your day and week. And we'll see you next Monday. And from William Davis, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on and make your comments. We appreciate that. And for anyone else that happens to see this, I mean, we do this with Tiffany every Monday at, I guess, 9 o'clock is the time now, 9 o'clock PST. I do a daily check-in Monday, Wednesday, or yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And that time varies. It can be in the afternoon. It can be in the morning. That's more for it'll be posted and you can come on the replay and check it out. If you happen to see it, you're scrolling by, you see it, of course, we welcome you to come on. But I do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels. That's every Tuesday at 1 p.m. live on the same platforms that we're on today. So that one will be live. And of course, I never delete anything. So it's going to be there forever. So anyway, that is it. Have a great day. Thank you so much. And wait, before I get off, let me just make sure I check okay, no, there's no comments on there. So thank you guys so much on LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, and IG. Until